Hi, it's Mitch from Pickdawgz.com here with your free pick in the Rockets versus Spurs NBA matchup on Wednesday, November 6, 2024. If you like all the free picks we do at Pickdawgz, you'll love our premium picks. Just head on over to Pickdawgz.com, click on that premium picks tab. We've also got a link directly below the video in the description. Prices start at just $15, and you can use the discount code PICK. Take an additional 15% off. We also have products meant for people that make bigger bets, people with big bankrolls looking for that VIP concierge style service. We have these, but for that, you just got to text the number you see on the screen. Keep in mind, those are our most expensive premium products. But let's get to it. Rockets taking on the Spurs. Both these teams 4-3 against the number this season, but the Spurs 3-4 straight up, and the Rockets 4-3. Both these teams have kind of bottomed out in recent years and now are kind of bouncing and on their way back up. At least that's what their fan bases are hoping for. Of course, the Rockets, really hit rock bottom a couple of years ago, and the Spurs, well, they had the number one overall pick in last year's draft, and when they got Wemby, so they don't just give that out to anybody. You got to be pretty lousy even to get into the position to be in the lottery, and that's where the Spurs have landed. Of course, Coach Pop is out for the Spurs, and for the foreseeable future. They don't really even have a timeline on his return, but when we saw him not coaching the team on Monday, well, the results were ugly as they lost 113-104 as 4-point dogs against the Clippers. So that ended a 3-game cover streak and a 2-game winning streak, but those wins against the Jazz and the Timberwolves. We look at the Rockets. They come into this one winners of 3 of their last 4, beating the same Spur team in San Antonio, also knocking off the Mavs in Dallas, and then finishing it off with a nice 12-point win over the Knicks heading into that little one-day break that we're coming out of, which feels weird, right? Not having NBA for a day, but it happened. And the thing is, the Rockets have been getting it done on the defensive end, and I think teams that turn it around, that's where it happens. And you see that with both these teams, as the Rockets 7th best in shooting percentage against. They still could use some work from the perimeter as they're 25th in three-point shooting against. But the thing is, they've only given up the 4th most three-pointers of any team in the NBA, just 11.3 per game, and allowing teams to only take 30 three-point shots. So while other teams are hitting a good percentage of the shots that they take, the Rockets aren't even allowing them to get those shots off, which is, it's one of those things that you kind of have to dig a little deeper into the numbers for. When you look at the Rockets, these guys, they're just shooting like no one's business. So their field goal percentage is low, 41.9%. It's 28th in the NBA, but they're number 1 in field goals attempted. So, they are just shooting like no one's business. They take over 95 shots a game, and they're only 19th best in converting those shots. So that's why they rank 28th in shooting percentage. From the outside, pretty much the same story. It is bombs away, 25th in shooting percentage, but 14th in three-pointers made. When you look at the Spurs defensively, they have really tightened it up here, and this is how teams start to move in the right direction. 3rd best in field goal percentage against, 2nd best in field goals made against. So one of the top defensive teams in all of the NBA. They're also 13th in three-point shooting against, but still 20th in three-pointers made. So, certainly some issues there, but still heading in the right direction from where we've seen them in the past. When we look at, the rebounding, both these teams very, very aggressive on the boards. Another thing, rebounding, all the boring stuff, right? That's the stuff that makes the difference, rebounding, defense, right? And I think both these teams know that, and that's why they're really concentrating hard in those areas. I think this game is fairly tight, and I think, that 5.5 points that I'm seeing the line at this time might be a couple too many. I think I like the Rockets to win again against the Spurs, but I'm going to take the points with the Spurs, and that's going to be my free pick. Of course, while you're doing your picks, putting your bets in, be sure to use our free betting tools at sportschatplace.com. 100% free, and they'll help put you on the most favorable bets on the board today.